I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is the premier award-winning student property in Orem. With renovations of nearly $5 million, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or remote, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, so safety and support is the top priority. Lease now, get half off your November rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
Here today on the WAC Digital Network, it's Utah Valley and Grand Canyon in the UCCU Center in Orem, Utah. Grand Canyon coming in here, second place in the conference. Utah Valley just right behind them. Great to be with everybody here on here in the middle of Friday afternoon. Ryan Pickens alongside Josh Kalunke. And Josh, when you take a look at this matchup, it's interesting to see two contrasting styles, two teams that really need to at least split, but really both teams looking to get a sweep here this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. What you have is you really have the second-place team right now in Grand Canyon and the third-place team in the WAC in Utah Valley. And these two teams, as you said, contrasting styles. One team likes to slow it down, pound it inside, and the other team in Utah Valley likes to run it up and down, score 80 points a game, do as much as they can. It's going to be pounded inside all night. You really have the Grand Canyon team with their best player averaging 18 points a game inside, and that is Katie Scott. She's a 6'3 freshman, and she's out of Missouri, a place that you know well.
I do. I've spent some time there as we'll take a look at the Utah Valley starting five. No big changes tonight for the this afternoon for the Wolverines. This has been kind of what we've been used to seeing right here. We'll see what happens here. We're about ready to go for tip-off. Neha Sohail for Utah Valley, and it will be Tiara Brown for Grand Canyon. The tip is won and controlled by the Lopes.
Now, Utah Valley, I'm looking for Neha Sohail to have a great series in order for Utah Valley to succeed in this series.
Here's Laura Piera. That shot's up and off, and Sohail pulls the rebound. Utah Valley, their first possession of the ball game with 9:37 to play here in the opening quarter.
Well, the matchup to watch is Katie Scott that I mentioned before from Grand Canyon University, and inside for the Wolverines with Josie Williams. The two centers battle, and both of them averaging over 15 points, 18 for Scott and 15 for Williams. As she takes it inside and she's fouled.
So right there, the first foul. That's going to go on number 24, Tiara Brown, her first and the first team foul. Josie Williams to go to the line, the 6'5 junior from Roy, Utah. 79% free throw shooter on the year.
Yeah, absolutely. She shows a tremendous touch from the line, tremendous touch from outside. Josie really has a tremendous game inside, outside.
Makes the first. She'll get the second here. Grand Canyon in the black uniforms, Utah Valley in the white, as that was going to go out of bounds. Last touch by GCU. I don't know if it's a miscommunication or some mishandling there by Piera on the rebound, but it will go to Utah Valley.
Well, those long rebounds sometimes are tough to handle, especially when you don't have some help from the guard line coming in from behind to try to help with that long rebound. And Shea Fano did a nice job of just hustling after it and knocked out of bounds by GCU.
I think they're wanting to reset the shot clock here. I think they're wanting to put 13 on the shot clock right here, as they're kind of trying to sort this out right here.
It's, Utah Valley never got, Grand Canyon never got possession of the basketball, so possession never changed. So we've got to go back to the 20 seconds here as a offensive rebound, basically, for Utah Valley.
So the Wolverines, Kayla Anderson with the basketball, back up to the top here for the Wolverines. 1-0 Utah Valley on top of Grand Canyon. Shea Fano for three. That one is off. The rebound's tipped around and controlled finally by Maria Carvalho for the Wolverines.
A good hustle by Maria on that. Tipped out by Josie Williams and picked up by the hustling Carvalho.
Utah Valley up at the... Here, Fano will take another look there. A good look, but off. Rebound tipped around and controlled. And it's going to go here, last touch. One official saying it went to Grand Canyon, and then they reversed the call. We'll stay here with Utah Valley. And this is one thing for Utah Valley that could swing this game if they can take advantage of some second chance opportunities.
Absolutely, and they have two great rebounders inside, and Neha Sohail as well as Josie Williams.
Sohail on the baseline, throws that one away. Steal comes for Grand Canyon. Into the front court. And here's a three on the way. Taylor Caldwell, that one rattles out. Rebound pulled down by Josie Williams.
Excellent block out there, Ryan, by Josie Williams.
And the Wolverines now controlling here. Trying to see here. Utah Valley will definitely play for a good shot. As we'll see here, they try to get it in. Williams double teamed, and then Piedra comes from the other side to make the steal for Grand Canyon.
Well, Grand Canyon is a team that really relies on their five starters for their scoring. All five starters average either in double figures or very, very close.
Jackson there with the jump shot, and she's fouled, so we'll get our first foul against Utah Valley, and that will go against Sohail, her first, and the first Wolverine team foul.
It looked like Sohail may have just kind of reached in there. You never want to foul a jump shooter, but she kind of reached in and maybe got a little poke to the face there, and that's going to send number 22 here, Nadeja Jackson, to the line. Nadeja, excuse me.
First free throw is good. Jackson on the year, a 58% free throw shooter. Started her college career at Providence and then went to Youngstown State.
Well, now we have a violation here. The official had handed the basketball to Jackson, and one of the GCU players decided to move on the line, and so Utah Valley gains control of the basketball. No second free throw.
So we've seen Grand Canyon with a couple of turnovers, or at least mental lapses so far, and we'll get a foul here, and that's going to go against Katie Scott, and that's going to be an interesting matchup because if either Katie Scott or Josie Williams gets in foul trouble, it could change the whole course of this game.
Absolutely. You're looking at a serious depth issue for both teams. Now, Megan Jensen, the backup center for Utah Valley, is back this week, and so that helps Utah Valley a little bit. But both teams will be in big trouble if either one of those players gets in foul trouble.
Turnover here on Utah Valley. Neha Sohail traveled before going up with the shot, and so ball back to Grand Canyon. 1-1 tie, 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. on a Friday afternoon for college basketball. A doubleheader coming up today here at the UCCU Center in Orem. Caldwell with the basketball on the drive. They tried to pass it or just lost it on the way up. It's Shea Fano there, and Utah Valley will now look to set up their offense here. You saw an opportunity potentially to run, and Utah Valley kind of slowed it, kind of pulled it in before trying to run. They'll look to run when it's open.
Yeah, absolutely. Maria Carvalho really likes to push the basketball. You see her getting fouled there 25 feet from the basket, which is probably something that GCU just doesn't want to have happening right now, as Katie Scott checks out of the basketball game right now early as she picked up that early foul. But Utah Valley will run that controlled break. You saw that last week. They really ran a nice break to pull away from their opponent last week.
Utah Valley, Shea Fano with it on the wing. Cross-court pass there to Sohail. Drops it into Josie Williams. Williams out. Kayla Anderson now tries to get it back in. Almost a steal. Utah Valley has to hurry it up. Shot on the way, and that one is off. And the tip rolled around. Finally going to be controlled by Grand Canyon. A little out of control. Utah Valley with the steal. 4-on-3 the other way, and then Carvalho pulls up and just hits the free throw line jump shot.
That was absolutely great hustle by both basketball teams right there. Both teams tipping, scrapping, going to the floor. Utah Valley fortunate to pick it up in a nice shot transition there by Carvalho.
We haven't yet seen Grand Canyon really have those opportunities to run that they've been looking for. There's a layup for Kennedy Shorts on the reverse there to tie the ball game up at 3.
And a nice cut by Kennedy Shorts and an excellent reverse layup. Great pass by her teammate. 3-3
tie as Utah Valley right here. We haven't seen substitutions yet as we get ready to approach the 550 mark here in the opening quarter. Kayla Anderson around the screen. Here's Josie Williams. Baseline drive. Goes up with the left hand. No. Rebounds tipped around and controlled by Grand Canyon. A couple of times we've seen 1-on-3 on those rebounds. The other way, Jackson for 3. That one rattled in and out, and Shea Fano pulls the rebound for Utah Valley.
Well, Utah Valley fortunate on that exchange right there. The three-point shot goes in and out as Williams missed the layup. She just rushed it a little bit. She's got to realize she has a much shorter defender guarding her.
There's a trap from Grand Canyon. They like to do that trap there. Sohail with a key shot there and knocks it down. And that's going to be something key. You're going to see that trap come from Grand Canyon. Utah Valley has to hit that open shot.
Absolutely, and great passing inside to outside there. And Neha Sohail has to knock down that shot. Her along with Carvalho and Kayla Anderson will be challenged.
And there's a steal for Utah Valley as Carvalho comes back the other way. Shea Fano in the post, backing down, lost it on the way up, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. We'll stay here with Utah Valley with 4:55 right here, and that will send us to our media timeout here at the UCCU Center. A 6-3 lead, Utah Valley on top of Grand Canyon. It's college basketball on the WAC Digital Network.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
.447 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a look at the Utah Valley upcoming schedule and really a key couple of weekends, Josh, for Utah Valley, Grand Canyon, and then you got New Mexico State coming in to end your home season.
Yeah, absolutely. These are big weekends for Utah Valley. Obviously, a sweep of those games would be tremendous, but Utah Valley, looking at it realistically, take it game by game, as we always say. But a 3-1 would be amazing. So Utah Valley really needs to secure this basketball game this afternoon.
Utah Valley's been successful so far at home, 5-1 on the season, as Carvalho there with the layup is good. And it's an 8-3 lead for the Wolverines.
Great use of the left hand by Maria Carvalho right there.
Taylor Caldwell with the basketball for Grand Canyon. You'll see a couple of different point guards, so to speak, for Grand Canyon. We got a whistle away from the ball here. We'll see where the foul's going to come in. It's going to go against Sohail, and that's going to be her second personal here. And so the first one here, the second team foul against Utah Valley.
Well, and Utah Valley going to have to go back into the bench here as Josie Williams had just checked out, and now looks like she's going to come back into this basketball game here momentarily.
That's one thing you may see is you may see both coaches kind of rest Williams and Scott when they're off the floor. Scott there with the jump shot. Couldn't get it to go, and then Perea knocks it away right there as Sohail tried to get the outlet pass.
Well, Perea just did a nice job of getting a hand into the passing lane, and Utah Valley has got to make sure that they control those outlet passes.
Wolverines will inbound, and this is the first time we're seeing Grand Canyon really have a chance to press. They almost come away with a steal there. Josie Williams able to collect the basketball. And the Wolverines will get it into the front court and then set up their offense here with 4:03 to play in the opening quarter.
Well, Utah Valley wants to make sure that this trapping, pressing defense, as there's a foul here, now whistled on number 23. She just checked into this basketball game, and I am not sure who she is.
Tiana Brown, the 5'8 junior.
That's the sister of Tiara Brown. So Tiana Brown picks up the personal there, and Utah Valley just does not want to get sped up by this trapping, pressing defense, because when you get sped up, you take ill-advised shots, you turn the basketball over.
Grand Canyon came in first in the country, averaging 26 forced turnovers a game.
Yeah, that's an incredible number.
Kayla Anderson for three. That one was long. Carvalho, I thought was going to run it down in the corner, but Grand Canyon comes away with it. Lopes looking to run, now 3-on-3 in the front court. That is number 24, Tiara Brown, as she hits the turnaround jump shot.
Yeah, just a good-looking play there by Tiara Brown. Nice turnaround jumper, and nothing Utah Valley did to challenge it. Money.
This could be a game of pace. It could be a variety of different ways right here. Each team splitting last year.
There's an excellent pass right there, Ryan. Just a beautiful pass from the perimeter. Lobbed it over the defense, and a nice catch there by Josie Williams, that post player that is so dangerous for Utah Valley. Neha Sohail, great pass. Or excuse me, Neha. I always want to call her Neha. It's Neha.
Taylor Caldwell picking up the foul. That's already the fifth team foul against GCU here in the opening quarter. So Utah Valley will be shooting free throws on almost every defensive foul, as Josie Williams will go to the free throw line here.
Well, that's one of the things you look at, Ryan. When you have a team that presses and does half-court trapping and things, you can pile up some fouls on them if you're patient.
Caldwell with the basketball now. Back over to Piera. Inside, that one poked away by Madison Grange. That will stay here with GCU. Grange just getting her hand right in the passing lane there.
And Madison Grange is a young lady that came in and gave Utah Valley a huge lift last week with her three-point shooting ability and knocked down some shots against Chicago State to pull away from them late in the basketball game here at UCCU.
Utah Valley had that game on Friday, probably closer than they potentially would have liked, and then Saturday, Chicago State played well, but I think just maybe the overall depth of the Cougars not having a very deep bench really kind of changed things, as we're going to have a turnover out of bounds. Kennedy Shorts stepped on the line there, and that will be a turnover. 11-5, Utah Valley with 2:45 to play in the opening quarter.
Well, Ryan, as you said, the Chicago State Cougars had a very good weekend here, though they were unable to come up with any wins.
I think they only had 8 players, I think it was available.
8 players, and they traveled an awful long distance, and they were playing at altitude. Great pass, Maria Carvalho. Now, Utah Valley continuing to really have their way with this trapping press, so we'll see what Coach Miller for Grand Canyon does as far as that's concerned. Maybe they pull that back. Maybe they start using it only in select instances.
Josie Williams with 6 points in 7 minutes for the Wolverines. It's Grand Canyon. Utah Valley's gone into a kind of a 2-3 zone look. Caldwell at the top. She'll take the 3. That one was short. Rebound pulled down by Grange.
An excellent blackout by Madison Grange there. And a quick trap by GCU, just unable to control the basketball. It goes off of them, and now Utah Valley will have the basketball. And again, the press comes down.
And we're seeing a lot from Utah Valley that they're only relying on Carvalho bringing the basketball up. Not a lot of help coming, and oftentimes we've seen that double team in the backcourt. You'd like to maybe see somebody come back to help, try to get that pass out.
Well, at the same time, Maria Carvalho is doing a wonderful job of battling this. As I say that, she gets it knocked away. But she's doing a nice job as a charge is called now here. Ryan, I apologize, I cut you off there.
Sydney Wright picks up the charge there, an offensive foul, the 3rd Wolverines team foul right here.
Well, and that's one of the instances where there's a great pass out if she took it in, but she's got to be a little bit more under control, maybe go to a jump stop and then make that pass. As you continue through, you do what they call a pass and crash. You pass it, you crash into the player, easy call for the official, and goes the other way.
Some substitutions for Utah Valley as Eliana Tafisi will come off the bench for the Wolverines to give Maria Carvalho a break here.
Tafisi, a legendary high school player here in the state of Utah, had a tremendous career at Copper Hills High School.
13-5 right here, Utah Valley. Grand Canyon just really hasn't been able to get too settled so far. Jackson pulls up. She takes the mid-range jump shot and hits. So right as I say that, Grand Canyon with a good offensive set and comes away with 2 points.
Well, Jackson did a nice job of just getting to a soft spot in that zone and just knocking down the jump shot.
Tafisi into the front court for the Wolverines. Here's Madison Grange on the wing. Shea Fano steps out for 3, and Fano, that one was short. Rebound pulled down by Tiara Brown.
Well, Fano continues to struggle a little bit from the three-point line. She struggled last weekend, and she's continuing to struggle this weekend as there's a foul called here on a reach-in little grab of the arm by Utah Valley, and it will be out of bounds underneath for Grand Canyon.
They get Eliana Tafisi there with the personal foul. Scott on the drive finds Brown underneath. That one's off the glass, but couldn't go for Tiara Brown. And Utah Valley controls here. 42 seconds to play in the quarter. Fano with it. Now over to Madison Grange. Grange trying to look inside. Here's Sydney Wright for 3. That one is off. And Katie Scott pulls the defensive rebound for Grand Canyon. About 2.5 seconds or so between game clock and shot clock right here for Grand Canyon. Nidasha Jackson, number 22, gets it into the high post with Scott. Now back out with Laura Piera. Piera on the crossover, pulls up, shoots off the elbow and misses. 6 seconds, Utah Valley's got to hurry. Tafisi into the front court, driving, throws up a shot, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Tafisi, and that's going to be her second personal in just about a couple of minutes. It's going to test the depth here for Dan Nielsen and Utah Valley.
Right, and Tafisi did a nice job of attacking the basket there. I personally felt like maybe that could have been called a block. It was a very close call, and it didn't go the Wolverines' way.
Piera's going to have to hurry, and she won't get it off, and that will end the first quarter. At the end of one from the UCCU Center, Wolverines 13, Grand Canyon 7. College basketball on the WAC Digital Network comes back after this.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized.
Start of the second quarter here on the WAC Digital Network from the UCCU Center in Orem, Utah. Grand Canyon in Utah Valley, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, Josh, but when you look at this, Grand Canyon, Utah Valley separated by one game. This is going to swing second and third place depending on the result.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Utah Valley trailing by a game at 4-2 behind Grand Canyon, who sits at 5-1. And then you have Seattle coming in at 4-2 as well. Now, Utah Valley holding the tiebreaker there in that head-to-head because they did beat Seattle 2 times earlier this year.
And that game, those games took place here in the UCCU Center, a 66-56 win for Utah Valley, followed by a 78-66 win the next afternoon. So Utah Valley will start the second quarter. Maria Carvalho back in the ball game with Josie Williams, Shea Fano, Madison Grange, and Neha Sohail as they're on the quick catch and shoot from Carvalho. She can't get it to go, and Grand Canyon will come back the other way.
Well, that was a play that was wide open, and Josie Williams was just a little bit late with that pass, so Carvalho forced to try to throw it up and just got it off the bottom of the backboard.
Jump shot there for Tiara Brown is off, and Sohail pulls the rebound right here for Utah Valley. 13-7 lead for the Wolverines. Grand Canyon going with Nidasha Jackson with Tiara Brown, Laura Piera, and then Katie Scott on the floor currently for the Lopes. Madison Grange kicks it out. Here's Sohail for 3. That one was short, but she gets the roll, and it goes down for Sohail.
Nice touch there by Sohail. Just corner 3, an excellent penetration and kick by Madison Grange.
16-7 Utah Valley. And this is the kind of start the Wolverines were looking for. Really haven't seen very much opportunities for Grand Canyon to be able to get out and run. Jump shot there, free throw line jump shot for Tiara Brown is off. Josie Williams pulls the rebound, and I think we're going to get a foul as Williams hit the deck, and it's going to go on number 24, Tiara Brown, with the foul. And that's the second foul there against Brown.
And there was a little bit of contact on the rebound itself there, and the officials let that go. But then as Williams brought it down, she was bumped a little bit, lost her balance, went to the ground, and the official had to make that call there.
So right here, a couple of changes. Kennedy Shorts in the ball game for Grand Canyon, and Carla Balagay comes in as well. Kayla Anderson doubled in the corner. That's kind of the trap we were talking about. They break it, and there's going to be a blocking foul called in the backcourt. Kayla Anderson made the pass ahead, and they quickly called the block, and Nidasha Jackson is going to be the guilty party. And that's the second team foul against Grand Canyon here, about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
But that's also a very dangerous play there. It could have easily gone against Utah Valley. Anytime you pass that basketball and you keep going like that and you run into a defender, that pass and crash is easy for the official to call. On this occasion, she felt that the defender was still moving.
Carvalho tried to get the layup to go, but couldn't. And coming back the other way, here comes Grand Canyon. Caldwell, number 11, with the basketball up at the top. Utah Valley is stuck in that 2-3 zone, really kind of forcing Grand Canyon to try to shoot him out of it. Jackson for 3. That one misses long. Josie Williams fights for the rebound and comes down with it for Utah Valley. 7:54 to play here in the second quarter. Shea Fano over to Kayla Anderson. Cross-court pass over to Carvalho. Sohail one-on-one here with Caldwell. Goes to the basket, now kicks it out. 3 on the way for Carvalho is off, but Williams pulls the rebound. Another second chance opportunity for Utah Valley.
Yeah, and those continue for the Wolverines. I mean, that is the 5th offensive rebound in this basketball. The 6th now offensive rebound for the Wolverines.
Carvalho tees up a three. That one's good. Assist from Shea Fano, and it's a 19-7 Utah Valley lead.
Yeah, and Carvalho is someone that struggled a little bit last weekend with her shot, and looks like she's found the range as well. Quickly back down is Jackson with a three-point shot to match.
And that's kind of the tempo. You kind of wonder if in between quarters, first-year head coach Molly Miller for Grand Canyon said, hey, let's try to push the tempo a little bit more here than they did in that first quarter. Utah Valley really limiting those opportunities. Josie Williams for three on its way. This one was short. Rebound tipped around, and Taylor Caldwell controls it. Williams came in 50% from three on the year, 3 of 6.
Yeah, and she has a nice touch from out there, so that's not a big surprise to see her shoot that shot from outside, even though she is 6'5".
Taylor Caldwell for three. That one is off. Rebound tipped around, finally controlled by Shea Fano. As Sohail did a nice job there of trying to at least get something on it, but just couldn't come down with it. Sohail drives the basket, pulls up, and banks it off the glass for 2.
Well, nice body control by Neha on that basket. Jackson did a nice job of getting in position to take a charge, but she was able to avoid solid contact, and the officials let that go.
Utah Valley, a comfortable 11-point lead here on Grand Canyon, 21-10. I have some substitutions for the Wolverines, next dead ball, and also for Grand Canyon. Nadesha Jackson on the three. That one is pulled down by Carvalho, and now Utah Valley running 3-on-2, but they'll slow it up into the front court.
I do not know how Maria Carvalho goes this fast and this hard at all times, but she does not seem to get tired.
She's played a lot of minutes through the year. There's a pass that's miscommunicated. Ball's picked up there by Caldwell, and Grand Canyon coming back the other way, 4-on-5. And there's a foul underneath as Carla Balagay went up for it, and she'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws here. And we're going to have, I think, Josh, some wholesale changes going both sides right here.
A little line change action. Go to the hockey game.
Madison Grange will come in, and Vahe Malafau will come in for Utah Valley. On the other side, Venla Veris will come in. Tavia Rowell, I know, and Katie Scott came back in the ball game. Scott so far tonight has been kind of held in check by the Wolverines.
Well, she's a player that you've got to keep in check for all 40 minutes of the basketball game. Somebody that can explode. She's averaging close to 18 points a game, and that can really get hot.
And the second free throw, good. So 1 of 2 at the line right there for Grand Canyon. 5:23 to go before halftime here at the UCCU Center.
Utah Valley goes with the run out of bounds play there. Run out, throw it back in, a legal play after a made basket.
You have to be careful. I've seen where that's worked against teams where they
Exactly.
forget the situation where they can.
Yep, absolutely.
Kayla Anderson tries to drop it inside. They get the pass in. There's going to be a 3 in the key call here against Utah Valley and against Vahe Malafau there, and that will go back here to Grand Canyon.
Well, Utah Valley, Malafau, not somebody that's going to really be a huge offensive threat down there in the post, especially with a double team situation. So really kind of an ill-advised pass in that situation.
Nadesha Jackson with the basketball. Piera will go and run that one down here at the top for Grand Canyon. Pull-up jump shot off, and Carvalho somehow finds a way to come away with the rebound.
Well, that's an excellent block out by both her teammates that leave her an opportunity to pick that up.
Shea Fano inside. Underneath had an opportunity. There's going to be a foul called right on the baseline there. And it's going to go against Carla Balagay. I believe that's her first. And that will take us to our media timeout. 4:33 to go before half. 21-11. Utah Valley on top of Grand Canyon on the WAC Digital Network.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
It's a 21-11 lead for Utah Valley on top of Grand Canyon here on the WAC Digital Network as the Lopes come out of the timeout. And boy, one of the biggest things, Josh, when you look at this, Utah Valley shooting 40%, Grand Canyon 24%. Utah Valley out-rebounding Grand Canyon 19-7.
And right now, Utah Valley not doing a great job of taking advantage of all those statistical anomalies as Maria Carvalho gets a nice pass and goes around and gets a nice left-handed layup. We got a little stoppage here for what we are not sure. Oh, the clock issue.
Yeah, they're trying to. I think they started the shot clock before the game clock.
Yeah.
Right here. So they quickly stop. They'll re-inbound the basketball here. Maria Carvalho 9 points, 4 of 8 shooting today to lead Utah Valley. 9 of the 23 points for the Wolverines. On the other side, we talked about GCU scorer Katie Scott, the leading scorer for Grand Canyon. No points, only 1 shot so far.
Yeah, it's Utah Valley just doing a tremendous job on her defensively to this point. And you can see this zone defense, the big focus is on Katie Scott.
Piera goes to the basket there, tries to get it to go, but she's fouled on the way up, and that will go against Vahe Malufau for Utah Valley. And Piera will go shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, anytime you're playing a basketball team that has a prolific scorer on their team, that's the one thing you want to do is try to take that scorer away and make the other players beat you. And that is what Coach Nielsen's really focused on here in this first half.
The first one good there for Laura Piera at the free throw line, the 5'9" junior from Barcelona, Spain. Hits the second as well. We'll have some substitutions. Utah Valley will bring back Josie Williams into the game. And coming to the other side, we're going to see Ben Lavaris come back here for Grand Canyon. And there's a pass on the inbound that got knocked away, but it will stay here with Utah Valley. 4:05. I think Maria Carvalho there is just making sure she didn't touch it a second time there.
It's very interesting that they have Maria take that basketball out of bounds, but it seems to be working to this point.
Kayla Anderson, here's Madison Grange coming off the screen. Grand Canyon pretty much switching on majority of those screens.
And they really don't want to allow Madison Grange to get into a position where she can shoot the basketball.
Piera comes from the other side and knock it away, and it's a steal for Grand Canyon.
Excellent backside help by Piera.
Outside, there's a 3 teed up, and that one is good for Tavia Rowell.
Just excellent penetration, and Rowell just went to the corner, got a nice kick out, and showed her excellent left-handed stroke.
23-16, Grand Canyon quickly starting to cut into that Utah Valley lead here on just a couple of possessions. Fano with it. Kayla Anderson now guarded by Jackson. And there we're going to have looks like a foul. It's going to go against Nidasha Jackson.
Well, that's an interesting call there. I didn't really see anything myself, but Utah Valley gets 17 seconds added to the shot clock for that. They were running down against the short shot clock.
They inbound straight to Fano, who just couldn't control it before that one goes out of bounds. It will be a turnover with 3:01 to play here before halftime.
Excellent idea. Just poor execution, as that was a little bit too hot for Fano to handle.
Utah Valley almost looks like trying to play GCU's game and speed them up a little bit right there out of the break. But Grand Canyon able to break the quick press. Katie Scott with the basketball. Sets it back up. Piara there on the drive. She's fouled on her way to the basket. It's going to go against Maria Carvalho. Going to say just got some contact there. And that's Maria's first.
Well, keeping Maria out of foul trouble is big always for Utah Valley, as she is the main ball handler for this team.
And we're going to have another foul here. This one against Utah Valley. And this one's going to go against Madison Grange. And I think they're going to say a hold. And that's the first on Madison Grange. So quickly, Utah Valley now 4 team fouls. 4 for Grand Canyon. Both teams going to be in the bonus on the next foul. Piara drives baseline, picked up by Carvalho. Here's Katie Scott for 3. That one rattled in. I thought it might have been going down, but it went off. Loose ball now. We're going to have a potential jump ball. Maria Carvalho, and I believe that was going to be Piara for Grand Canyon.
Well, Utah Valley just not taking care of the basketball. When off of a rebound, you've got to make sure you get that ball to your guard.
Katie Scott runs it down right here for Grand Canyon. Guarded by Kayla Anderson. As Piera there almost, I thought was going to throw it away there, yeah. But Grand Canyon going to retain possession there.
Well, that was one of those, hit the defensive back right in the hands. So much so that they couldn't catch it. And hit Williams right in the hands. She just was unable to control it. A little surprised by that one, I think she was.
12 seconds to shoot for Grand Canyon. A 3 on its way. That one is good for Tavia Rolls. So Rolls hit a pair of 3s. The sophomore from Langley, British Columbia. And then on the press there, again, Grand Canyon almost had a steal. And now that 10-point lead that Utah Valley had earlier cut to 4.
Right, and that press will wear you down. It starts to wear, it starts to wear, it starts to wear, and then all of a sudden you've turned the ball over a couple of times. And then you have someone like Roll come in, and she's got that sweet lefty stroke. And she knocks one down from deep, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point game.
Right here, 23-19. Utah Valley 3-on-3 now. They'll pull it back out and try to set something up here with a minute 40 to play before halftime. Carvalho splits the double team, finds Grange cutting baseline, goes up, blocking foul.
Are they going to count that basket?
They're going to, looks like they're going to count the basket for Madison Grange. She'll shoot a free throw. We'll see who they're going to get on the foul.
I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I think Utah Valley getting the advantage of some home cooking there on that one, because it looked like the block took place before she went up to the basket. But, hey, all's fair here as the official rules it the other way.
Ben Laveris picking up the foul. As Katie Scott, a very quick 30-second rest. She comes back in.
Well, they can't really afford to have her out of the basketball game. And that's, I guess that was pretty close there on that replay for Grange. But nonetheless, it's now Utah Valley back by 7.
That has to be the toughest call for a ref, the block or the charge.
Yeah, well, the block or the charge, and then whether she got it up in time, so whether it was on the ground or in the back or on the shot.
Grand Canyon with the basketball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 3 on the way. That one is good, and it is down right there for Varis. Well, and it's a 26-22 game.
The three-point shooting is bringing Grand Canyon back into this basketball game, Ryan.
We saw Utah Valley go into that 2-3 zone, and the way you get a team out of it, you have to shoot them out of it. And
knock down some shots.
Carvalho to the basket. Couldn't get it to go. A tough angle, especially with the taller roll on her, and back the other way. Here comes Grand Canyon, a chance to cut it to either 1 or 2, depending on the made basket here. Here's a 3 teed up for Varis. That one is off. Carvalho going to pull the rebound. 25 seconds to play. Utah Valley can hold for the final shot.
Well, Utah Valley, this is big possession here to go back in and have a little bit of confidence.
Madison Grange hits the pull-up jump shot right there, and back to a 6-point game with 11 seconds right here. Grand Canyon, not much time here to go. Piera with the shot. That one is off. Loose rebound going to be picked up by Utah Valley, and Josie Williams will hold it to take us to the end of the first half. A 28-22 lead for Utah Valley. And boy, right now, if you're Utah Valley, Josh, you have to really kind of like the way this is shaped up so far.
Absolutely, and in fact, a little run there by Grand Canyon, which you knew was going to come. It hits 3 or 4 3-point shots there down towards the end. Utah Valley able to kind of stave that off with some good inside play, with some good play by Madison Grange. She came up with a 3-point play and then a nice running jumper there at the end. So Utah Valley able to stay up by 6 here going into the half.
They end the half 4 of their last 5 field goal attempts. We'll head to the break. 28-22 Utah Valley and Grand Canyon on the WAC Digital Network.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year end sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
I can go louder, but like...
We're like in a tiny car.
Yeah.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the Resident Assistant Program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing. This is home.
I really thought that I was going to be a dancer, and I was like this huge kid, and I chose dance over basketball in like 5th grade, and I still don't know what I was thinking, but luckily came back to my senses. But I'm terrible. I'm an awful dancer. I think my parents were just hoping that after a year I'd be like, I'm done. And that's what I did. Once I got into like 9th grade, it kind of got more serious. I had the thought of playing college ball. And so I played for a club team named Salt Lake Metro. And my family, they've always been such big supporters. I don't think my parents ever missed a high school game. And one of them's always at our UVU games. Honestly, I feel like I'm a pretty positive person, and I like to smile, I like to be happy, I like to laugh. Just being someone that's that positive impact and influence on the girls, especially the freshmen. I love being around my teammates. They're hilarious. They always make me laugh, and we just have a good time. So all good vibes.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
UVU Mortgage is fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
For me, being an international student athlete is just like, first I need to learn new language. Then I'm taking biochemistry as my major, which is like hard. And so it's like learning another language with OCAM, you know what I mean? So it's like all of this together, and then games, just hard. I don't know. I kind of grew up with basketball on my hands. My dad kind of like, oh, here's a basketball, have fun with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. So in every club that I'm going to be at, I need to be the best player. That's how I got into the national team and then got into here. Because basketball in America is big. And so I started playing for the national team, and I'm like, please, American team, I don't know what, college, whoever, please watch me play. In life, I'll probably say my dad. He's just amazing. He supports me so much, and he just gave so much for me, and for me to reach my goals, and it's impressive, and I'm having goosebumps from it right now.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch all-wheel drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
It's not always easy being the exception. They'll tell you you don't belong, that it's not your place, that it'll never fly. But here, you learn that you have a choice. You can listen to those voices, or you can leave them all speechless. But the key component there is you.
Back here at halftime at the UCCU Center right here. Grand Canyon and Utah Valley, the Wolverines have a 28-22 lead right now over the Lopes. Brian Pickens alongside Josh Kalunke as we get ready to go. Here, let's take a look at some, we've got another broadcast coming up here. Not a lot of time off today for our crew up here at Utah Valley. A doubleheader. The men's basketball team getting ready to take on Dixie State. That one starts at 6 o'clock here in the UCCU Center. And really both teams in that one looking to kind of see. You get a chance to have a renewed rivalry, the old Hammer rivalry between Utah Valley and Dixie State. And both of those teams, Josh, looking for a big-time win.
Absolutely.
In conference play.
Both teams looking for wins in conference play. And as you said, I mean, it's a big rivalry. One of the things is that a lot of the Dixie State kids come from this area. You've got a lot of Salt Lake kids, a couple of Utah County kids on that basketball team. So it's kind of a crazy little rivalry. It'll be fun.
Well, take a look at some first-half stats. And when you take a look at it, a couple of those stats really stand out. Utah Valley right here, 22 rebounds to 8. Kind of surprised to see Utah Valley with 10 first-half turnovers, but really the shooting percentage right here kind of swinging the difference. But Grand Canyon got hot from behind the arc there in the second quarter.
Right, and you look at the turnovers. Between the turnovers and the rebounds, really what's happened is Utah Valley has had that giant advantage on the boards, but you look at the turnovers. And so those turnovers offset a bunch of those rebounds. And then shooting percentage, well, it's 46-30, but several three-point shots by Grand Canyon. And so there, you look at it, and that's why we have a 6-point basketball game.
So it should be a good second half right here. Maria Carvalho with the basketball right here. And Utah Valley will go back to their original starting five with Carvalho, Kayla Anderson, Josie Williams, Shea Fano, and then Neha Sohail.
Well, Neha Sohail had 3 fouls in that first half, so that's something to watch here.
Sohail right now with the basketball. Grand Canyon in the all-black uniforms. They're back to their starting lineup as well as Sohail takes a 3. Misses that one. Shea Fano, though, tips the rebound back to Sohail. Carvalho will take a 3, and that one was just short. As that one just kind of brushed the net, and the ball will go to Grand Canyon.
You can say it, Ryan. That was an air ball. She shot an air ball. And, sometimes you get out there and you're shooting the three-point shot. And the women's game, the three-point shot is a little bit closer than the men's game. You as a lady playing in the women's game, you might think you're behind one three-point line and not the other. And so sometimes that can be deceiving.
Grand Canyon with the basketball. Tiara Brown spins, goes to the left hand, blocked by Josie Williams. And right now, Grand Canyon will have a chance to reset. 7 on the shot clock, though. The Lopes will have to hurry. Inside, try to get it to Katie Scott, and there's going to be a foul here against Shea Fano. That will be the first on Fano, first team foul. And Katie Scott, Josh, held to no points in that first half right here. And that's a big deal when you have the leading scorer with no points at halftime.
Absolutely, and especially when that leading scorer averages close to 18 points a game. That's not a small number.
Scott with the basketball. Here's a 3 from Caldwell. That one is good. There's 2 ways to score. You can score the point yourself or set up your teammates. And right there, Caldwell gets it, and almost a steal coming out of the backcourt there. And here's again that press that we might see from Grand Canyon more in the second half.
Well, Utah Valley may have to go to look at single team guarding Scott and starting to run some people off the three-point line as Grand Canyon starting to hit that three-point shot at a high clip.
Shea Fano had the ball almost knocked away, but they're going to have a foul here, and they're going to get 24. They're going to get Tiara Brown on the foul. And that one was, we're not necessarily courtside, but elevated a little bit. That one was pretty clear from here.
Yeah, it was easy to see that, but sometimes, you're going to get away with that. And Grand Canyon has continued to just put the pressure on Utah Valley and put the pressure on the officials, make them call those kind of things.
Nobody really in glaring foul trouble outside of maybe Tiara Brown and Neha Sohail. As Shea Fano pulls up and just hits a little short jump shot right there.
Well, I like to see Shea do that kind of thing where she takes her defender deep into the key and gets a good shot.
3 on the way is good. Tiara Brown, the 5'9 freshman from Spanaway, Washington's on the board. And Grand Canyon's cut the lead down to 2.
Again, it's the three-point shooting. That three-point shooting, they've got to start running them off the three-point line, does Utah Valley.
Kayla Anderson double-teamed. finds Sohail looking for three. That one was long. Scott tips the rebound over there to Laura Piera. Nidasha Jackson kicks it out. Three on its way. That one doesn't go down for Brown, but Piera right there for the rebound, and back comes Grand Canyon, and we're going to get a foul, and I think that might have been Neha Sohail, and if it is, that's her fourth.
Yeah, Sohail just having one of those days where the official seems to find your number every single time, and she just kind of put a little bit too much of that elbow on the offensive players. Brown went by her.
8 points for Neha Sohail and 4 fouls in about 14 minutes. As going to the basket, Tiara Brown hits the jump shot, and we're tied at 30.
Great footwork by Brown, nice little fake. And now we're going to have a foul called here. It looks like it's going to be on Utah Valley. It's going to be on Kayla Anderson. She discarded her player, as we like to call that. A very physical discard of the defender, and defender went down, and rightfully so, and the foul called there on Kayla Anderson.
Already the third team foul against the Wolverines. Katie Scott, there Scott couldn't handle the bounce pass, and coming back the other way, Kayla Anderson for Utah Valley. Anderson now double team trapped in the corner, somehow gets it to Shea Fano. Here's Madison Grange for three. That one is long, hits the top of the backboard, and that will go right now to Grand Canyon.
Well, Utah Valley a little bit discombobulated. Utah Valley has got to keep in mind you do not dribble into the corners against this trapping defense, and right there they did that. They dribbled into the corner, got all discombobulated, ended up with a decent look, but pretty deep look, and weren't able to score.
I've always looked at it when facing the press, you want to play between the keys if you were to draw a line.
Absolutely, in the middle of the floor.
Stay out of the corners.
Yep, you want to stay in the middle of the floor, pass to the middle of the floor, and then cut down the lanes and go from there.
Cross-court pass. Caldwell tees up a three. That one doesn't go down. Shea Fano pulls the rebound, and Maria Carvalho will bring it up here for Utah Valley. Guarded by Piera in the backcourt, splits the defense, and now Utah Valley will look to set it up.
Well, that Portugal on Spain matchup has been fun to watch here. Piera from Spain and Carvalho from Portugal.
Fano has the shot partially blocked right there by Caldwell. Josie Williams, though, with the follow is good. That's now 8 points for Josie Williams, who came in averaging about 15 a game.
Excellent pass and cut by both players.
Madison Grange, a well-timed steal there. Jumps as the pass comes up. Utah Valley loses it, and Nidasha Jackson will lay it in for two. And we're tied back up at 32.
Carvalho trying to dribble out of that trap. You've got to pass out of it as much as possible.
And this is where you're starting to see that pace of the game start to favor Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they're really, this continued trapping, pressing defense is really turning the game's momentum the other way.
Kayla Anderson with the basketball, guarded by Caldwell. 11 on 11 right here, as each player wears the jersey number 11. Anderson drops it in for Josie Williams for two right there, and now Williams into double figures with 10.
Well, just an outstanding play by Kayla there. Excellent two-man game there. The two ladies working together and coming up with a layup.
Inside right there. That shot goes down. Tiara Brown ties the game back up at 34.
Tiara Brown uses her quickness. That's the second time we've seen her use it here in this second half, using that quickness to get herself open inside against the bigger Utah Valley player. So excellent use of her skill set there.
And we're tied at 34 at the under 5 media timeout. Utah Valley and Grand Canyon on the WAC Digital Network.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home.
Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
.456 to play here in the third quarter, and we're tied up at 34 between Grand Canyon and Utah Valley. Ryan Pickens alongside Josh Kalunke, and we talked about it. This is going to be a game of pace, whether we're going to speed it up or whether Utah Valley was going to slow it down. And we've seen Utah Valley slow it up, but right now GCU is trying to speed it up. And they're doing a nice job of doing that, Ryan. They're using not only a full court press, but they're also trapping when the ball does come across half court. So Grand Canyon doing a nice job of speeding Utah Valley up, and they have got to come up with a way to not be sped up. The Lopes lead the all-time series 11-5. Each team won on the road last year. As Carvalho dribbles through and then delivers a kind of a sideways pass and just bounces it out of bounds right there. Kind of an uncontrolled turnover. Absolutely. Right there. And that's where you're sped up, Ryan. She was sped up because the hands knocked the basketball away. She got a little bit of panic and made a bad pass. We've mentioned it earlier, Grand Canyon comes in averaging about 26 forced turnovers a game. They're only at 13 right here, midway, just a little under midway through the third. Tiana Brown, number 23, back out. Here's Jackson for three. That one is off, and the rebound pulled around by Fano, but knocked away. Somehow Utah Valley came away with it. And here come the Wolverines. Kayla Anderson tries to dribble through some pressure, and Grange with the layup. Well, there's Madison Grange coming back with a much-needed basket for Utah Valley. She's kind of been the answer here offensively in the last few minutes of basketball here. Grange has a season and career high 12 points against California Baptist earlier in the season. And we'll see Grange at 7. We'll see if she can at least match that career high tonight or this afternoon for the Wolverines. And there's a turnover coming the other way as Tiana Brown can't make connection with the teammate there. Ball back to the Wolverines. Well, the Wolverines need to continue to play that kind of defense here. They're not double teaming right now. And now we have a turnover on the Wolverines as Maria Carballo, you mentioned that earlier. Sometimes players get confused as to what they can and can't do when they get the basketball. No made basket. You cannot run the baseline, so she's called for a violation. Katie Scott with the quick catch and release and can't get that one to go down, as Utah Valley right here has really done a nice job of being able to contain the reigning Gatorade Missouri Player of the Year out of high school. Here's Carvalho to the basket. That one's off the glass and gets the roll. Well, that time Maria showed good control. She was under control the entire time, and she took what the defense gave her. 38-34, Utah Valley. Has Grand Canyon with the basketball here. Trying to see Kennedy Shorts kind of jumping, saying, hey, I'm open, I'm open. She was wide open in the middle there, and her teammates just missed her. 6 on the shot clock. Scott with the basketball. Here's Jackson. Back out a 3. Tiana Brown with the miss. The putback by Shorts can't go, and Grange pulls the rebound. Well, there goes Madison Grange. She continues to play an excellent basketball game here for Utah Valley. Carvalho against the forward, takes it to the basket and lays it in. Maria Carvalho now with 13 points. Timeout, Grand Canyon. The Lopes want to talk about it with 2:40 to play in the third. Utah Valley by 6 here on the WAC Digital Network.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
It's been a 6-0 Utah Valley run over the last minute 35 to increase the Wolverines' lead to 6. A 40-34 lead, and Grand Canyon right now trying to end the run here as we approach the final couple minutes here of the third quarter.
Yeah, Utah Valley right now kind of cooking on offense. Now they've got to continue to play good defense, which has led them to those offensive opportunities.
Grand Canyon, Caldwell back at the top. And there's going to be an offensive foul going to be called against GCU, and that's going to go against Katie Scott right there. I think she was trying to make some separation right there.
Yeah, I think she was actually trying to get a little pick there for Piera to have a nice open shot, and what she did is she just moved around a little bit too much, withheld that Utah Valley defender from getting out there, and that's an easy call for the official.
And that, I believe, that's the second foul on Katie Scott.
Well, she got one really early in this basketball game, and then she's done a nice job of not picking up another one.
Madison Grange tries to drop it inside. It's stolen. Here comes Piera the other way, setting it up. Scott open on the perimeter. Carvalho with the leaping defense there. The miss in the corner by Piera, and this will set it up here with Brown. Minute 46 to play here in the quarter. A 3 on its way for... That was Rowell who couldn't come up with it. A nice rebound, quick exit there, and a good outlet pass from Grange.
Well, and Rowell's one young lady you don't want to leave open out there.
Shea Fano couldn't get it to go, and right there Taylor Caldwell, the redshirt sophomore, with the rebound.
Well, Shea Fano's struggles from three-point land continue.
As that one's off there, Piera gets the rebound, kicks it back out. Katie Scott on the drive, back out to Piera. And Rowell's going to get the bounce and down for Tavia Roll. She's got 8 right here for Grand Canyon.
Well, pardon me if I say that Rowell gets the roll.
Under a minute to play here in the quarter.
I mean, that one's just waiting there for
it was
you.
just sitting there for
tee,
you,
brother.
you know.
But a nice shot by her. She's really got a nice-looking shot, a nice left-handed stroke. She got a nice look there. And Utah Valley now, again, you talked about this. There's been a lot of traps on Maria Carvalho, and she's been able to split most of them successfully. But, again, this time the trap works. And Coach Miller employs these traps time after time after time because, in the end, you will get enough damage done by those traps that it will speed them up. It will turn them over. It will do all these things that positively affect the basketball game in your favor.
And you don't necessarily have to do it well in the first quarter to have it come into play later on.
Because a lot of times fatigue starts to catch up, especially with point guards that handle the basketball nonstop during a basketball game.
Here's Rowell for 3. That one can't go. A good rebound there for Fano. 22 seconds to go here in the quarter. Utah Valley can play for the last shot. Carvalho with the basketball up at the top. Gets a screen from Josie Williams. Looking for the free throw line jumper. It's not there, and the pass mishandled, tipped around. It will go out of bounds. Utah Valley will have 8 on the game clock here in the third quarter.
Well, let's see if Utah Valley can execute something here. It would be big to come up with a basket here and keep that lead at the 6 points that it was at halftime, because Grand Canyon played an excellent quarter here, and to have them back where they started at halftime would be an excellent psychological advantage for Utah Valley.
Grand Canyon making a couple of defensive subs here with 8 seconds to go. They get it into Josie Williams. Fano's going to tee up the shot. That one's off. Rebound pulled down by Grand Canyon, and that will end the third quarter. So Utah Valley at the end of 3, clinging to a 4-point lead, 40-36 over Grand Canyon. This is college basketball on the WAC Digital Network.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Orem. A 40-36 lead for Utah Valley on top of Grand Canyon. And this one's going to potentially come down to the wire. Good to be with everybody. Ryan Pickens alongside Josh Kalunke. And Josh, when you take a look at it right here, you're starting to see where we kind of thought, Grand Canyon struggled in the first quarter to hit shots, but we kind of figured GCU would find a way to kind of get back into rhythm.
And they absolutely have. And really what we're seeing now, and we've had a very entertaining 3 quarters here as we start the fourth, but the Grand Canyon has turned things around. They're using their defense to do that. So right now it's a nip and tuck. It's a battle. Anybody's ball game right now.
Plenty of timeouts. Utah Valley with 4 the rest of the way. Grand Canyon with 3. So we could have plenty of stoppages in the final 10 minutes here as we start the fourth. That one's knocked away there from Kayla Anderson. We're going to get a foul, it looks like, with some kind of a push. Tiara Brown going to be the guilty party. And that is going to be the third, I believe, maybe the fourth. And it is the fourth there on Tiara Brown.
Well, you hate to see Tiara Brown pick up her 4th foul on a play like that, but I'll tell you, as a coach, you're really encouraged because she knocked the basketball away and she was going full bore for that ball. And sometimes, 9 times out of 10, you won't get that call, but this time they did.
It's hard to play good defense without picking up a foul here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and especially pressing defense.
Madison Grange looking to get it inside. Josie Williams on Kennedy Shorts, and Williams wins the battle there, and 2 points.
Excellent job by Josie. What she did is she took her time, and she just got that ball up above the rim, off the glass, and into the basket.
42-36, Utah Valley. Here's a 3 in the corner. Rowell left open, and she hits.
Absolutely. Utah Valley is losing track of Rowell, and that is absolutely something you cannot do. Her 3-point shot of the basketball game, and now she's got 11 points. Cannot lose track of her any longer.
Rowell started 27 games a year ago for the Lopes and was also second in three-point baskets made. Inside, Josie Williams gets it to go, and it's back to a 5-point lead for Utah Valley.
Nice entry pass there from Kayla Anderson. Made it easy for her post player to catch that ball and go straight into her shot.
Piera on the drive, kicks it out, roll again, and that one she couldn't get it to go. The long 2. Carvalho pulls the rebound. 2 on 3 the other way, and Carvalho wisely pulls out the basketball and will set up some offense. Here's Anderson, puts it in, and Josie Williams couldn't handle it, and that will be a Utah Valley turnover. 8:02 to play here in the fourth quarter, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul against the Wolverines, and Kayla Anderson made some contact there, it looks like, with Lauren Piera.
Yeah, and right now that's just a silly foul. 30 feet away from the basket, reaching in for no real reason, and Kayla Anderson probably would like that one back because right now you're in the fourth quarter. You don't want to get into the penalty too early, so silly fouls can add up quick.
Here's Taylor Caldwell, the free throw line jumpers off, but a good rebound by Josie Williams, and a bad transfer from Williams to Carvalho. Turnover GCU. Caldwell can't get it to go. Piera gets a second attempt, and she's fouled, and she'll earn 2 free throws.
Utah Valley has struggled, and GCU actually has done an excellent job of challenging the outlet passes here tonight, and really what's happened is Utah Valley secures the rebound, and they're trying to hand the ball off. They're not making crisp passes, and GCU challenging those, and they've come up with several turnovers on rebounds by Utah Valley.
Grand Canyon now 5 of 6 from the free throw line, shooting over 80%. Utah Valley 3 of 4 at 75%. We just haven't had a lot of free throws in this contest.
Absolutely. Neither team really going hard to the basket and getting fouled. There's a lot of fouls out on top and away from the basket.
Laura Piera now with 4 points for Grand Canyon, all 4 of those coming from the free throw line. 0 of 6 shooting for the Grand Canyon point guard, but making up some of those. And sometimes if you're struggling offensively, makes sense, go to the free throw line, get some confidence back, and
absolutely,
then
yes.
let those other shots start to fall.
Yep, that's the number one way to get your shot back together. Get yourself to the line, see the ball go through the basket.
Kayla Anderson comes around with the basketball here. Goes around a Josie Williams screen. Maria Carvalho with the basketball for Utah Valley. With the left hand, throws it up and doesn't get the basket to go, but it's fouled in the process. And we'll have a foul there.
It's a pretty slight bump there by the defender, Piera, and the official deemed it worthy of a foul call, and she will go to the line, Will Carvalho.
The officials have called things pretty tight in that here in the second half. Kind of let everybody play a little bit more in the first.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we've seen a little bit of foul trouble pile up as Brown and Sohail have 4 fouls now, respectively. Sohail for Utah Valley and Brown for GCU. And I think that's Tiara Brown, correct?
44-41 as Carvalho hits the first free throw. Utah Valley back to a 4-point lead with 7:22 to play.
I actually think the officiating's been excellent for this basketball game, especially considering the pressing, the inside play that has gone on. So I think these women have done a wonderful job.
And you have to think, too, the game's fast for the players, but it's just as fast for the officials as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Utah Valley holding to a 5-point lead here, 7:11 to go, fourth quarter. Driving jump shot, partially blocked by by Malafau, but it's going to go right there for number 23, Tiana Brown.
Oh, nice touch by Tiana. She got that thing up there, and it bounced all around, used every part of the rim and the backboard, but that's just great touch.
Carvalho double team, finds Kayla Anderson underneath the basket for the layup.
Well, that's an excellent job of her teammates helping her out in Carvalho, and just a great cut by Anderson.
Back and forth we go. And that one's thrown away by Grand Canyon. Kayla Anderson by herself, one-on-one, goes up. Layup no good. Sohail offensive rebound. Second attempt no good, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds off Grand Canyon.
Well, that's exactly why you never assume that your teammate's going to make a breakaway layup. She misses a layup, but a great job by Neha Sohail to follow up, and then she misses. So that's why you never assume that your teammate's going to make the shot.
I'm convinced, Josh, there's something called "you're too wide open."
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
As Shea Fano couldn't have a hard time with the inbounds pass. That one's stolen, though, right back by Sohail. And an offensive foul on Neha Sohail, and that will be her 5th.
Well, that's an outstanding job by Tiana Brown, the sister of Tiara Brown, to get in good position. She gets knocked over, and right now we have the officials discussing it. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Oh, they're going to call a block.
Change it. They changes it to a block right there, and that is big for Utah Valley.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. I am not sure I have ever seen 2 officials get together and change a block charge call.
As we see a replay right there.
Yeah, the replay right there really kind of did look like it may have been a charge. So Utah Valley taking advantage of the situation here with Sohail going to and Coach Miller for GCU just as you would expect, flabbergasted and quite upset about the change in the call.
Right here, a 48-43 game is the explanation right here given to Grand Canyon, and Neha Sohail will shoot a pair, and that's big for Utah Valley because it keeps the starter in the ball game.
Absolutely. It keeps one of your best rebounders and one of your top scorers in this basketball game here with 6:14 to go. And not only that, but it gives you an opportunity from the line instead of having your opponent with the basketball coming at you.
Sohail now with 10 points in 15 minutes. Has been limited with the foul trouble, but effective in those 15 minutes.
Absolutely. And Utah Valley take advantage of the call. Whether we agree or disagree, it doesn't really matter. And so here we go. 7-point basketball game.
And we have a technical foul has been,
I believe. 6 players.
Or no, 6 players. Oh, yeah, 6 players. So essentially it will be, I believe, a technical effectively
Somebody
at the
forgot
end of
to
the
go
day.
out here, and they still don't know who should have been out of the basketball game. And
6 players, I believe, is going to be considered still a bench technical.
Yeah, that's a technical foul on a team technical foul, and it's unfortunate because really what happened there was some confusion on the block charge switch, and some players came in. One player forgot to tell somebody that they were coming in for them, and so they remained with 6 players on the floor. Good catch by the official, because I sure heck didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it either. And then all of a sudden, I saw the official kind of point something around, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And then the technical sign.
Yep, and great job by Maria Carvalho here to knock that first one down.
16 points now for Maria here this afternoon. And she couldn't get the second one to go. And the big kind of challenge with that is with 6:10 to go, you get 2 free throws at the line, and then Utah Valley gets the ball.
Basketball, yeah.
They have a potential, Josh, to push this to a 10, maybe an 11-point lead here late in the game, and that's.
It looks like
it's going to just go to Grand Canyon. Okay.
Grand Canyon's going to keep the basketball here, and what it still is just a point that you've gifted Utah Valley, and Utah Valley now ends up being a 3-point turnaround where the block charge was changed, and then the 1-point technical foul shot. And in a close basketball game, that's huge.
That 1 point can come back to make a big difference.
Absolutely.
Jackson with the basketball, gets it back up. And Piera with the shot. That one couldn't go. Rebound tipped around by Carvalho, but it's going to be a foul against Maria. And that's going to be the 3rd on Maria Carvalho.
And that's an excellent call by the official. Maria just went a little bit too aggressively over the back of Brown and knocked that ball out of bounds. And could have been called just Grand Canyon basketball, but I think an excellent call calling it a foul on Carvalho.
Right here as Grand Canyon will inbound. Katie Scott back to Piera at the top. Roll back in the ball game, number 13 as well, has had the hot hand for GCU. Roll to the basket there, puts it up, she's fouled. It's going to be a blocking foul on Kayla Anderson. And going to the free throw line for a pair.
That's a good call by the official. Anderson was a little bit late getting to the spot, and the ball had already left the hand of Roll. And so the contact occurs. Good call. We'll see it here again. Now Kayla jumps into the path right there. You saw her left foot moving as Rowell went to the basket.
First free throw is going to be good. 19 points is the career high for Tavia Roll from British Columbia. 17 is the season high.
Yeah, and Roll, such a great shooter. You would expect her to be a great free throw shooter, and she misses that one. In and out for her.
Josie Williams with the defensive rebound for the Wolverines. Plenty of time left, 5:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. Maria Carvalho with the basketball, cross-court pass, Shea Fano for 3. That one doesn't go down, but an offensive rebound for Josie Williams and a foul against GCU.
Oh, that's just a great rebound by Josie. She just showed a lot of heart and desire in pulling that rebound down.
The 35th rebound for the Wolverines. They're out-rebounding Grand Canyon by plus 14, and that's a great opportunity to get some second-chance looks here for the Wolverines here.
Well, and that's really what's offsetting here as Utah Valley almost turns it over again. That's really what's offsetting the turnover difference is the rebounding edge.
Sohail tries to get it into Josie Williams on the block. She kicks it back out. Here is Kayla Anderson. Carvalho. She'll take the long 2, and that one is good for Maria Carvalho. She's got 18 points.
Well, up against the clock there, Maria just kind of took a little step back, and boy, was that a sweet shot.
53-44. Utah Valley by 9 here with 4:40 to go. Backdoor cut. Layup is good, and that one goes for number 23. That is going to be Tiana Brown.
Yeah, just an absolutely beautiful cut and a great pass out of the post.
Maria Carvalho, 19 points is her career high, achieved in January 4th, 2020 against Kansas City. as Kayla Anderson's able to hit the jump shot on the baseline and followed that up about a week later against Seattle U. Taylor Caldwell baseline drive. 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. 10-point Utah Valley lead on top of GCU. I thought it was going to be a turnaround jump shot, but just a jump shot that doesn't go down for Tiara Brown. And Utah Valley with the basketball. Maria Carvalho now double teamed at the top. Dribbles through the defense. Here's Shea Fano. Carvalho will now pull it out here with 3:30 to go. Looking to attack, she'll be fouled, and I believe it's going to be Taylor Caldwell who picks up the foul. And that is, I believe, going to send us to our media timeout here in Orem. Utah Valley 55, Grand Canyon 46. 3:28 to go in the fourth quarter. This is WAC basketball on the WAC Digital Network.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
Not the start of the fourth quarter. 3:28 to play here in the fourth quarter at the UCCU Center in Orem, Utah. The Utah Valley Wolverines a 55-46 lead over Grand Canyon, and more Utah Valley basketball coming up at 6. The Utah Valley men will be in action, taking on the Dixie State Trailblazers. That one coming up here on, I believe that one's going to be on the WAC Digital Network as well, coming up here. So, as Maria Carvalho will go to the free throw line. 19 points is her career high. She's got 18 right now.
Well, Maria's played an excellent basketball game, and her play has really been what has catapulted Utah Valley to this lead.
Maria Carvalho ready to go here for free throw number 2. And this one's good as well, and a new career high for Maria Carvalho, the junior from Lisbon, Portugal. And an 11-point, 57-46 lead for Utah Valley. Taylor Caldwell for 3. That one doesn't go. Rebounds tipped out of bounds, last touch by Tiara Brown, and the ball goes to Utah Valley. And this is where Grand Canyon, Josh, needs to have some quality possessions that end in good shots.
Absolutely, and right now, Utah Valley doing a great job of holding them to one shot, too. So anytime as Utah Valley turns the basketball over as I speak, and that's exactly why Grand Canyon has been hanging around in this basketball game, is that was the 20th turnover on Utah Valley this afternoon. But Utah Valley doing a great job of, when they do get a shot, not allowing an offensive rebound.
Utah Valley with 11 of their own offensive rebounds on the afternoon. As Grand Canyon, Taylor Caldwell with the basketball. Baseline drive going up. That one is going to be good for Tiara Brown.
Well, Tiara Brown, she does a really nice job of sliding inside and making baskets around the basket. She's very talented in that paint area.
Tiara Brown had a good senior year up in Spanaway, Washington. Was a 3A Washington Pierce County Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and took home a couple of other Player of the Year type awards from various media up in the Seattle-ish area. as Maria Carvalho with the basketball. 2:12 to play. Sohail tries to get it into Josie Williams, and it's stolen by Katie Scott. Scott still with no points in this ball game. 0 of 3 shooting for Grand Canyon. She'll shoot one here, though, and hits a big-time 3 right there to cut the lead down to 6 at 57-51.
Well, and Katie Scott, that was deep, and she had a hand in her face. So outstanding shot there. Here come the Lopes. Don't change the channel, folks.
Maria Carvalho dribbles into the corner. That one there knocked out of bounds. Taylor Caldwell, I think, trying to say, hey, I knocked it off of Maria Carvalho, but at the end of the day, the ball will stay here with Utah Valley. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Wolverines.
Well, the Wolverines here absolutely must get a good look at a good shot, something they can get out of maybe a set where they get something inside to either Fano or Josie Williams.
Carvalho set to inbound for the Wolverines. Here's Shea Fano. Carvalho in the corner for 3. That one's good. And an answer from Maria Carvalho and the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's a big-time shot right there from Maria Carvalho. Big-time shot.
Lead back to 9 for the Wolverines. Caldwell finds Brown on the baseline. Blocked, though, by Josie Williams. The Wolverines control. Here, Carvalho into the front court. Now dribbles back to the top of the key as Utah Valley able to use some clock right here. Double team, Shea Fano with the basketball. Kayla Anderson baseline. 10 seconds to shoot for the Wolverines. Somebody's going to have to take the shot here for Utah Valley. Neha Sohail will. She can't get the shot to go, but Shea Fano tips the rebound out to Carvalho.
Excellent job by Shea Fano right there with 46 seconds left. Getting that tip out to her teammate Carvalho is a huge play, probably one that might seal this basketball game here for the Wolverines.
Tiara Brown going to commit the foul, and that is the 5th on Tiara Brown.
Well, Tiara Brown played an excellent basketball game this afternoon. She's been really around the basket. She's been around everything defensively. She just had a great all-around game today.
So Kayla Anderson will go to the free throw line. Right here is
I don't know what the officials are doing there. But
they stopped the game. One of the Grand Canyon players was going over to talk with their coach, and I don't know if they thought it was the wrong player coming off the floor, but Kayla Anderson hits the first.
Well, Tiara and Tiana Brown are sisters, and so they do look a little bit alike. So maybe she felt like maybe she had them mixed up as to who was supposed to be out of the basketball game.
Anderson hits both the line. Timeout, Grand Canyon. So with 46 seconds to go, we'll go ahead and stay here. A 10-point lead, and this is kind of where some pressure comes on Grand Canyon, Josh, because now you don't have time and you need to score quickly and get some turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to push the basketball up the floor, and you've got to look for the first open look you can get. Right now, with 46 seconds, I would say it's time to start shooting some three-point shots. Three-point shots are what you're really going to need in this little of time. Now, remember that, as we see the graphic here, Utah Valley up actually by 11. The three-point shot in the corner from Carvalho. None of the officials raised their hands, but she was behind the line. I did notice that. So Utah Valley just shooting the basketball much better than Grand Canyon so far today, and the three-point shot has kept them in there. Let's see if they can knock some down here to get this game close.
Scott with the basketball, number 33, steps back and sends it over. A 3 on its way. Tiana Brown's three-point shot is off. Shea Fano with the rebound. Lots of reaching, trying to knock the ball away, and a foul will be assessed, and that's going to go against Taylor Caldwell. And Utah Valley now in the bonus will shoot free throws here. That's the 5th Grand Canyon foul. The 41st rebound for Utah Valley here on the night. They're now plus 20, so they've increased that from where it was just a few minutes ago to be 20 plus in the rebound category. It's going to give you a good opportunity to win most nights.
Yeah, Utah Valley does have an incredibly good size on their front line with the 6'5" Josie Williams, and then you have the 6'1" Sohail who plays the wing, and then Fano who is shooting the free throws here. So you have some ladies that have some good size, some good rebounding ability. They've really shown that tonight.
timeout going to be called again by Grand Canyon. They have, I believe they'll have one more left. We'll go ahead and stay here. 63-51 right here. We want to remind those we have another game coming up here at 6 o'clock here on the WAC Digital Network. It's the old Hammer rivalry renewed. Dixie State.
Which I didn't know there was an old Hammer rivalry.
And Utah Valley.
What about the new Hammer rivalry? So I'm not sure which rivalry we're having, but there's a hammer involved.
Give us a couple of keys to this one for
this is
game.
Huge. The key tonight for Utah Valley is Utah Valley's got to get excellent play out of their big guys. Their big guys are really where they feast. Now, J.J. Overton is, leading scorer, and you have their leading scorers, but the big guys for Utah Valley have to be big tonight.
So that one coming up here just a couple of hours from the UCCU Center. Jackson throws up a three, can't get it to go. Kayla Anderson pulls the rebound with 28 seconds to go. Anderson dribbling around in the backcourt. It's going to have to hurry now. They'll get it over just before the 20-second mark. And there's about maybe a half a second or so between the game clock and shot clock. Maria Carvalho dribbling this one out, and it looks like Utah Valley is going to pick up a big win here in game one of this series.
And Utah Valley has done an outstanding job of really keeping leading scorer Katie Scott under control tonight for Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon they fought valiantly, they defended exceptionally. Coach Miller did a great job with the press, just missed far too many shots, shot a very low percentage tonight. Credit Utah Valley's defense. Utah Valley, excellent job, got a big win when they absolutely had to have it.
A 63-51 final for Utah Valley. They hold the leading scorer for Grand Canyon, Josh, to only 3 points. Really just never let Grand Canyon get set.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll look forward to this same game tomorrow at 2 o'clock, same time, same channel.
Should be fun. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 here on the WAC Digital Network, Utah Valley and Grand Canyon.